What's up, guys? Welcome back to the shop. Welcome back to the channel. Got kind of an interesting episode for everybody today. Kind of one of them scientific deals. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. About tripped over a bolt there. Just kick it out of the way. This is something I've never done. I've watched a few YouTube videos on it, which, you know, technically makes me an expert now, right? But anyway, we've had a lot of interest on the Dirty Dodge sitting back here in the comments, you know, after the last couple of videos, like, we should restore the car. We should bring it back to its glory. We should do this and that and the other. And to be honest with you, it kind of got me thinking. Now look, to answer the question, I'm not gonna fully blow this thing apart and restore the 55 Dodge, right? The Dirty Dodge. I'm just not gonna do it. The investment just isn't there for me, right? That, and I want this old girl to be the old girl, right? Put, you know, a nice drivetrain in it, clean up the underneath, put a nice set of wheels, a nice new interior in it, doll up the body just a tickle, and let's just enjoy the car. Again, go out to the eat, you know, go to the hardware store, chill around town, whatever. But anyway, back to what I was talking about. On this episode, I want to try the deal where we run some CLR or some Comet and see if we can bring the color back around on this car. Now, I'll put a picture right here. This is what we believe that this car looked like the day it rode off the assembly line, wherever it was made, right? And we truly believe that. We know there's some pink underneath here, black, you know, a black top, and I'll show you here why we believe that here in just a second. But anyway, back to this episode. We're gonna dive into this thing. I think I'm gonna start with the Comet. Based on the results I've seen on the internet, it's the Comet versus the CLR. The CLR takes a bit of the paint with it versus the Comet, which tends to leave the paint, but just smooths it out a tickle. And that's what I'm after. I want to see how much of this pink we could bring out. I don't want to bring all of it out, but I want to bring just enough of that to contrast the rest of the car. So, but anyway, let's quit talking about it. Let's be about it. This is Buster Radio Garage. All right, guys, so here's the Dirty Dodge. You've seen it a million times in the last few episodes. So we got to playing around with the colors a little bit. Now, we know it had a black top. I believe this here is the primer underneath it. And then anything that's solid rust like this is pretty much bare metal at this point. So we come down, we got the chrome. And then what we got, we believe, is black that's underneath this rust right here. Let me see if I can find a little more of a clear spot. You know, kind of like right there. And then obviously we have the pink, and this is where the trim line is. So it goes all the way down, just essentially follows the whole side of the car, you know, down here behind the wheel. And then I'll go over here and show you the hood right quick. So I kind of moved my little tool spool out of the way here. And underneath here, on the side of the hood, is the pink. And then you can kind of see it pinking out, or how can I say that? Peeking out behind where the old Dodge emblem used to be. So I believe it was a pink hood, pink side two-tone, pink and black side on the car, and then it had a black deck lid. So it started out pink in the front, the hood followed the body lines down with pink, and then from up here at the, I guess would be the firewall cowl or the cowl, became black, followed up the top of the car, went down the side, and then the deck lid and back. So what I think I want to do, and it really doesn't matter which side I start on, just the doors over here where everything is at. So this, let me get to this fender. So I think this fender here was a replacement. Somebody in the comments mentioned this was a replacement fender, and I'm gonna lean towards that because it's more of a yellowish color versus the pink, right? You can kind of see the difference. So we'll fool with this later on. I can't necessarily take this outside right now and deal with it because it's 17 degrees and there's about 6 inches of snow on the ground. And running a water hose and doing it that way would make an absolute mess, plus freeze up the car. So I'm going to do it here with a few gallons of water that I picked up from the house over there. The CLR and the Comet, which is sitting over here. So we got CLR, I got some gloves if I use the CLR, but I think I'm gonna focus on the Comet and these green scouring pads. So what I wanna do is get this door wet, get some Comet, and see how much of this patina we can bring around with the pink in it. Now, I'm not sure if somebody come in here in the past and tried to do something here. Not sure if that's spray paint. I don't know. But yeah, let's just get to playing with it. Just let's get the rust off and get this nice and smooth and see what the colors are that are brought out from behind all this mess. And then at some point, we're going to do the entire car if this turns out okay. And then we'll get set under some kind of like a matte clear, right? So anyway, let's get set up and let's get to work. All right, I guess first things first, I got this old ice cream bowl. You guys have seen me use it a bunch around here just to clean with. I'm going to fill this up about 2/3 of the way with just regular old faucet water here. And then we're going to get a scouring pad, get it good and wet, soak down in the water. And then we're just going to start sprinkling some Comet on here and seeing what we can do. So let's get this full right quick. All right, let's get us a little bit of water. I got this like steaming hot, so it ought to cool off by the time we get to using it. Oh yeah, woo, look at it steaming. Don't want to waste a bunch of that because I got to rinse this car with this too. Get on there. All right, let's get some Comet, get to trying this out. I really want to see what this looks like. All right, guys, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to get some water on here. Because again, we're doing this in my shop on the floor. I don't have a water hose in here, but we'll make it work somehow. Again, we're just going to focus on this door for now and see if this works. All right, let's get us some Comet. Okay, so what I've got is just essentially a heavy-duty Scotch-Brite. We'll get it wet. And then I've just got your basic Comet. This one says with bleach. Not sure if that makes a difference. Hard telling. So we're going to get a little bit on here. Add a little bit of moisture to it. Let's see what happens. Again, those of you that are experts at this watching, I'm sorry. I did watch 3 episodes on YouTube, so I'm up there in the world is what I'm saying. But no, seriously, I have no clue what this is going to look like. I know I don't want to do this all in one direction. You know what I mean? I want to be able to move this around a little bit so we don't focus all the marks in one area. But I just want to see what it does to the door. If nothing else, it'll smooth it out, I have no doubt. Let's try a little more of this Comet on here. I may be putting too much, I may not be putting enough. It's hard telling. Someone may have already done this in the past. You never know. I know I do not want to take all of the rust color off. I just want to see if we can bring some pink back around. I'm going to try to stay right here in this one area so we got a split zone, if that makes sense. We'll just kind of X pattern it, if that makes sense, kind of like if you were sanding. Essentially, that's what we're doing, right? The Comet's just making up the difference for the sand and the paper. Just going to try to stick in this one area here. I can tell you one thing, it has smoothed it out a ton. Try not to hit the trim a whole bunch. I do have a surprise for you guys on this car, but it's going to have to be at a later episode, especially with regards to all the trim. All right, let's throw some water on this and see if we've done anything. Oh, wow, look at that. We are definitely bringing out the pink. I don't want to scrub anymore because I can see where I'm starting to get through it here. You can start to see the black and the primer coming through the pink, which is fine, but check this out. We still have the patina along with the pink and the black, which is exactly what I was looking for. Check that out. Look at that. Let me get you in here all deep like. Get you some of that. Look how pretty that is. And I'm here to tell you that is dolphin smooth. I didn't focus up here as much. I'm gonna have to get up here a little bit more. But you can see the definite difference. That is sick. I love that. It has definitely earned that color. This is beautiful. I love it. I've never owned a patina car, if that makes sense. Never really built one, but I am super getting into this project. So let's move on over here. Let's see if we can do something with these three little dots. We'll bring around this black a little bit more. And we'll try to just focus on this one door and see how much it separates this door from this quarter panel. Because as you guys know, they looked exactly the same just a few minutes ago. So let me get this cleaned up right quick and we'll see what this looks like. I love that. I'm gonna head and move you in a little bit closer. I know what I don't want to do is I don't want to push any harder because this is exactly the look I was looking for. So let's get up in here, see if we can get this smoothed out and tickle more. And we'll just work the rest of this door down and see how, man, this thing's got a heck of a dent in it. I didn't even see that till just right now. Anyway, let's quit talking about it. Let's do this. This is epic. Love it. I have a feeling I'm going to need more Comet. That's fine. We'll make it work. So let's work our way down through here. I do not want to get the bare metal if possible. I need to try to focus right here a little bit, get this even with the rest of it. Now I noticed a lot of those videos I watched, guys, on this, a lot of them were staged. Like you could just tell, right? The way they had everything set up, and this is real time right here. Like this, as you guys know, this car is farm fresh, literally straight off the farm. Nothing staged about it at all. I'm gonna get soaking wet here. I need something to lean on. Hold on. Hold on. Went ahead and brought me some more water over here. We're gonna need it. We'll go ahead and fill this back up. Alrighty then. What I did with my scouring pad, y'all see? Oh, there it is. Alrighty then. Let's get down in here, get all deep and dirty. Hopefully you can all see me all right. I kind of got you set up there. Trying to stay off that quarter panel as much as I can and try to stay like in an X pattern here, just as if we were sanding the car. See how much more of this we can bring out right here. It's kind of like we're reverse painting, if that makes sense. Dude, this is gonna look so sick. I wish you could feel how smooth this is. I mean, versus here, where it's rougher than a stucco bathtub, and over here where it's dolphin smooth. It's unreal. Unreal. I'm making a heck of a mess on my floor, but I don't care. I love that it brought that pink out. That's sick. I know some of you are probably like, why are you doing this? At the end of the day, we were going to have to do something like this anyway, especially if we're going to put some kind of clear over this, because the paint would have to be smooth, right? Or the body would have to be smooth, rather. I don't want to get too much of the pink off here. We want just enough of both the rust, the black, and the pink. And I want to thank all of you in the comments that watched the last video that recommended the gentleman that done Josh's box truck. I can't think of the name of it right offhand. But we're going to get something put on this door and that deck lid back there. All right, let's see what we got. I'm probably gonna get soaked and wet. Don't want no water in my, don't want no water in my Comet. Or it must say, oh, look at that, guys. Check that out. That's sick. I love it. We'll see if we can get a little bit more here and over here, this area. Get it to match up a little bit better. This is why I went with the Comet. I wanted to save a little more of the color. I'd love to know what the deal was here. I don't know, spray paint. This is also sick. Look at that. How it follows the contour of the body down. Get a little more Comet here. Yeah, I'm sure you can see this whiskey dent in this door now. We're not going to worry about pulling that out. I can tell you right now, we're gonna leave it. It earned it. I'm going to try to get through a little of this pink right here to match this section. I'm not sure if you can see it. Hopefully when I watch this back for editing, it looks okay where I got you set up. We'll bring in some of the pink through the black, which looks pretty cool. All right, let's throw some water on here. This water is nasty. We'll wipe this door all down real good. See the final result here in a few minutes. Look at that. That is sharp. Imagine this with a nice pinstripe or whatever on here. I think I'm going to do something for my old man. Dad owned a business years ago. If you've been here since the Linda days, Dad, when we was kids, owned an old service station, like where they pumped your gas, checked your oil, everything for you. And it was called Eddie's East Side Auto. I might put that on this door. I think that'd be pretty cool. Well, anyway, let me get a rag. We'll wipe this down and we'll see what the final result is. And then we can kind of, I mean, we can do what we want, right? We can take off whatever we want. Just keep in mind we can't put it back, right? So, all right, cool. I love it. Love it. What do y'all think? Drop in the comments. What do you think? I love that. Let's look at the difference real quick. That's crazy. So the door looked like that. I mean, exactly just like that a couple minutes ago. And now we've got just a tickle of the pink showing through. We've got the patina rust down the body line of the door, which looks good. We got a little bit of the pink coming through the black, which looks really good. If we wanted to match this right here, we could take a little more off down here at the bottom. And you can see that huge whiskey dent down through there, but I love it. That looks great. What do y'all think? Can you imagine how good this is gonna look once this is final done, has some clear on it, and nice new shiny trim all the way around the car? That's going to look amazing. I think what I'm going to do, guys, I mean, we are already, you know, in the soup, if you will, here. I think I'm going to go ahead and try this section here next. Let's see what this looks like. This fender, I don't know what I'm going to do about it. Just clean it up and leave it, right? Just like, you know, why don't that fender match? Well, it may have been in a wreck back in the 60s. I don't know. But we're going to go ahead and do it as well. But maybe we could fan some pink on there, make it look close. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But let's get set up and let's try to do this quarter real quick. See what that comes out like. Might even go ahead and try this on the white of these taillights, because this was white according to the photos. Let's try that out. Anyway, let's get back to work. I'm going to get you set up. There we go, guys. Very cool. We've definitely brought out some of the pink, yet preserving some of the patina, right? Kind of like this on the door, where this has, you know, been bare metal for so long. But yeah, that's crazy. Brought some of the pink through the black. Man, look how much better that looks. Can you imagine when we get this perfectly dolphin smooth, get a nice matte clear? What I have found, though, is kind of like some stories in here, right? We haven't figured out the 3 dots, but we have figured out that we got a massive whiskey dent down this door. And with this being a replacement fender, you know, did somebody, you know, catch the old Ballard at the gas station, you know, rip the fender off, and, you know, this big whiskey dent's the remainder of it? Check this out where the V8 badge used to be. Let me get you set up here. There used to be a V8 badge here, kind of like it's on the other side, and you can see where they come in and scrape this paint trying to get that badge off. They actually broke the rivets off and left them in there. But that's pretty cool, Mark. But man, the rest of this is just coming out really, really cool. Stinks about this, but we'll fix this up just a little bit. Eventually, if we keep it and, you know, repaint it, restore it, do whatever, we'll put new quarters on it. But maybe we'll do a small patch here, you know what I mean? And just leave it bare, you know, to just kind of tell the story. But check this out. Look how good this came out. I mean, this obviously still has some work to be done right before we clear it, but this just shows us how much of the pink's remaining. So I want to get you set up here. I'm going to try to see how much we can clean up this white on this taillight assembly, but look how smooth that black is down that side. Well, I mean, you could tell the difference. Black and chocolate, right? But very cool. I'm really tickled with that. I've never done this. I mean, I've used a little bit of steel wool and stuff to clean up some bumpers, you know, after we run them into walls and stuff, but I'm really digging that. That's going to look cool with some artwork on the door, maybe a little artwork back here, the deck lid, and then clear it all. You know, we get all the chrome. Once we get the trim peck on, get that polished up. Yeah, I mean, this car has definitely earned it. This fender, I'm still on the fence on. I haven't cleaned it yet because I don't want to have to be looking at it until I figure out something. Maybe leaving the suggestions, the comments. Think we ought to, you know, clean it, keep it the color it is, you know, try to match the pink. I don't know, but yeah, very cool. So let's get set up and see what this looks like after we clean it up, if we can clean it up, and we'll go from there. All right, let's see if we can somewhat bring this back around. I'm not too optimistic, but you never know. You just never know until you try. Obviously, I'm not going to get it with this because I'm not going to be able to get in all these cracks and crevices. But if it turns out real good, we'll take all the lenses out and we're going to do this up the proper way. This is just mainly an experiment video. You know, will it work? Let's see. Oh, okay. Let me get a little bit somewhere here. I don't want to mess with this trim a whole lot, but I do want to get in here. Might have to dash this up with some water. Let's just, oh yeah. Let's just get all up in there. A little more Comet. There we go. Make kind of a paste out of it. I don't want to fool around with this chrome a whole lot, but we'll see if we can get this to doll up on the edge anyway. This car is going to be so much fun. And you guys know how when I get to enjoying them, I want to go all out. But it just financially does not make sense to put an absolute fortune into this car because I would never get it back if we sold it. Because to be honest with you, you can buy these like in really, really nice condition for 30 grand. I'd have more than that in the body part probably, but we're just going to have fun with it. We get a real nice day, we'll take this thing outside and really do her up. But for now, with it being, you know, 17, 18, 20 degrees outside, this is going to have to work. All right, let's see what we got now. Oh yeah, she's cleaning it up. It's not going to clean up near as nice as that pink. But if we can get it looking a little bit better than that, we'll leave it. Because we're not going to paint this, right? It'd be kind of goofy to have, you know, a patina paint job and then bright white taillights. Or would it? Would it look better with bright white taillights? Probably go get some old toothbrushes or buy a pack of toothbrushes to get up in them crevices real good. Because we're going to have to get in here, take the trim off and get, you know, this. Look how much better that cleaned up just touching it. We're just really going to have to take our time and work one body panel at a time and get everything dolphin smooth. And this is going to be hours and hours and hours and hours worth of cleaning and getting it ready for a clear. I'm going to go with a matte clear, something like that. It's not going to be shiny. Unless we can just run like a shine juice or a patina, Poppy's patina on it. But I mean, just even that, clean that right up. But yeah, very, very cool. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to get some toothbrushes or something to get up in there. Cool. Yeah, that dolled right up. Very cool. Again, we're going to have to get some toothbrushes or small brushes to get up in these little cracks, but just from what we've touched there, that looks pretty good. Anyway, I think today was a massive success. I mean, we went from this to this. I think it just turned out sick. I cannot wait to get the trim on here. All right, guys, there you go. I know it was a short little video for you, but this was never meant to be like a long video, 45 minutes to an hour that we normally put out for you guys. This was mainly one of a couple things. One, I wanted to see how much pink was left up underneath all that rust. And two, I wanted to see if it would work and show you guys the direction that we are going for the Dirty Dodge. I cannot wait till it to warm up a little bit. Like I said earlier, it's literally, I just checked 20 degrees outside. So yeah, it's cold in here. So, you know, we're going to wait till we can drag him outside, do this proper, right? Get the girls out here to help me out. We're just going to go through every square inch of this car, get it dolphin smooth, get it back in the shop, you know, get the hood ready, get it ready to put back on once we put the engine in. I do have new interior on the way. I have a new headliner, new seats, new carpet, new floorboards for the front, left and right side. I do have some deadening mats. I can't remember the proper name I ordered. It was just the cheap Amazon version. We'll get the interior dolled up. Like I said, I got a surprise for you. I don't want to give it away just yet, but I will tell you this. We have a new windshield and all the trim, I think all the trim for the car. And then I'm still currently hunting for wheels. I could go on for days. But anyway, again, it was just to show you the direction we're going with the Dirty Dodge. You know, I think he's going to be epic. I cannot wait. So again, we'll get it outside. We'll doll it up when it warms up a little bit. But anyway, you know, I appreciate you watching. You guys know the deal. I love you. We'll catch you next time. BRG out.